Hello, everybody. I am so sorry that I haven't updated in so long. I I hadn't really realized how much time had passed, and I was just looking now and I saw that it was September that I had a video posted last, and um, I didn't realize so much time had gone by, and also I thought that I had replied to some comments, and it looks like I didn't, and I'm sorry about that too. Um, it it's been pretty rough. Um, uh, well, I wasn't sure if I would even be able to do this, but I'm starting my next round of chemo on Tuesday, and I thought I should probably um, do something, but I've just been so sick and tired, and it's been pretty rough. Um, don't be worried though. It's not um, dangerous, bad things going on. It's just a bunch of discouraging things and just things tripping me up, I guess. Um, so I'll try to give an update. What else been going on? I keep wanting to have like silver linings or a better way um, to look at things, to have a spin on them, and I'm having trouble with that. So that might be a reason why I haven't been able to update more, or just even be online. Well, I should get into it. So back in July when I had chemo last, they made a mistake, and I was given 6 times the amount of steroids that I was supposed to be given, and that's what messed up my eyes. And I'm not sure um, how accurate this is or whatever, but one of my doctors said something about like being legally blind or something, and um, and they wanted. I don't drive, but they were like wanting to take away my driver's license. I had one, but I didn't. But it's not permanent; it's just temporary. And one of my doctors explained that there's something that goes on with moisture with steroids, I think, and it pulls some of the moisture in your eye. I'm not totally sure, but it made sense, and especially because I'm having so much trouble with the Sjogren's, being another autoimmune disease that's flaring up. That makes my eyes and my mouth dry, mostly. Um, so the steroids were causing blurred vision, and the more I tried to use my eyes, the worse they got. And so for a lot of this, I've been just waiting for it to get out of my system. But then when my lungs didn't, when the inflammation in my lungs didn't go down very much after the chemo, talked to doctors about what I should do next, what the next steps would be, and I went on a course of oral steroids in between the different rounds of chemo. And this one was not that ginormous amount that they gave me before. And I had noticed before I started the oral steroids that my eyes actually were getting better. So I was encouraged that this problem would be only temporary. And so I did most of the oral steroid course. It was pretty awful, which is why I kind of, towards the end, I wasn't able to do the full course. And that, even though I didn't get a giant amount of steroids like in July, it still did bother my eyes, and so my eyes are, the more it's out of my system, the better it gets. So, so right now it's better than it was like a couple weeks ago, but I'm still having trouble, and my guy's just doing some online shopping for Christmas presents, and I can't do that for very long because it hurts my eyes too much. So, yeah, I haven't been able to do much online. There's been a couple times where I tried, it's been really hard, and I haven't really, it's like my eyes, like I need my eyes. So that's been a pretty rough thing, but I'm kind of, and then like, yes, I am off the course of steroids, and well, and then I'm gonna be on them just a little bit when I do the chemo again, but not. There are precautions to make sure that I get the right amount, but I'm still probably going to have some trouble for a little bit from that. But at the end of it all, with the steroids, they checked my blood recently, and my inflammation markers actually went up since July. So it's kind of, I don't know what to think about that now. And if I think about that I went through the steroids for nothing, then that just is heartbreaking. So, but is it better to think that, oh, well, the numbers would have been higher if I hadn't done the steroids, which I don't know if that's a better thing or not, but, sorry, I'm really tired, and I'm trying to get this together, so I'll try not to ramble too much, but, yeah, so so it could be that the steroids didn't help, and I went through all that for nothing, but it could mean that it could have been, it could be worse right now if I didn't do the steroids, but I'm not sure. Then I haven't had any more CAT scans of my lungs either, so the inflammation, I'm not sure. I mean, it probably is in my lungs, but I don't know if some of it's coming from somewhere else. So I'm not totally sure, but my inflammation markers are very sadly elevated. Haven't been this high in like a year and a half, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, they haven't. That was a real bummer. And then another thing that happened that was kind of a bummer recently. That I went to the dentist, and like I said, I've got my Sjogren's is acting up too, and that's a real problem. And what Sjogren's does is it affects the parts of your body that make moisture. So I think I said before, my eyes and my mouth have been pretty dry lately. Then get, like, my skin's dry too, or I'm not sure how much of that's from Sjogren's, or I don't know, but sometimes it's worse than others, and it's been past couple of years, the Sjogren's, the dry part, has been affecting me, and so I went to the dentist, and she she could tell like how fast my mouth was drying up when she was working on my mouth. She's just like, oh, like, yep, that, like, that you definitely have Sjogren. She was like, I can see the Sjogren's is going on, and she kept having to like water my mouth or something. So that, I mean, I guess that's kind of like a validation that, you know, this isn't normal. So I'm not being a wimp if I'm, like, having this much trouble with it. But anyway, one of the things that happens if you have a dry mouth is that it hurts your teeth, and you can get cavities easier. So this, like, they did x-rays, and, like, out of nowhere I have 8 cavities that I need filled almost right away, or if they want, or if it weren't for the chemo, they'd want me to do it in December, but it's probably going to be somewhere in January. And then, so yeah, so there's 8 cavities that need to be done, need to be fixed pretty soon. Then, oh, and then one of them, I'm going to get a crown. I don't know if I've ever talked about it much, but there's this one tooth that just wants a lot of attention, and keeps, like, so a couple times a year it'll break, and I'll have to go in for an emergency, or not emergency like bad, but like a last minute patch up or something. And they're just kind of like, yeah, that tooth is kind of falling apart, so a crown might be a good idea. So oh, and then there are 7 mini cavities or something that don't necessarily have to be filled, but well, just because the way that they move so fast in my mouth, they're like, yeah, probably would be a good idea to get those as well. So 15 fillings. That's just crazy, and, like, it's out of nowhere, and she was really nice about it, and, you know, I'm kind of embarrassed, like, you know, I am doing my best to keep my teeth healthy and everything, and like, I'm not a crazy unhygienic slob or something. And she totally got it, and she was telling me that she understood that and everything. So so that part was nice. And then something else, kind of along those lines, is that so, okay, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble figuring out how I'm recording this, so sorry if I paused it and then I jumped. Okay, sorry if that just was in there. So another thing that's been kind of depressing for me is one of the side effects for steroids is gaining weight. I actually had gained some weight from the chemo, which is kind of surprising because usually I think people lose weight with the chemo, but and it's not like my eating has changed at all too. I'm still having trouble getting to my 1,500 calories. So I guess it's like it feels more like it's puffy rather than fat or something like that, but I don't know. And I'm not like, it's not a huge thing. It's just kind of like, I don't know, or like, do I have to have that too? You know, because it's kind of like it's messing with my hair and, like my skin sometimes, and just kind of like, I don't know. And it, you know, that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's probably like something I shouldn't have to worry about so much. But, yes, you know, I am a woman and we don't like that. And, just, yeah, I don't like that. And then, oh, and then I had to have the username Dainty Brighton. And like, I mean, I'm still, dainty, or I'm looking right now at my fingers. Like I've always been on the smaller side and got like very fine bone. Or is it fine boned or is it small boned? But like I would have to get in trouble for being underweight at the doctor's and when I was younger. So or then kind of moves around and then like I don't know, but yeah, I am on the small. I'm like barely over 5 feet. um, but yeah, so I don't know. I feel weird talking about that, but I don't want to. Um, I don't want to. Just want to say lie to you guys. I guess I wouldn't be alive if I didn't say anything, but um, I don't know. Um, so sorry. That came out all weird. Just having to learn how to like. It just seems like things happen and have to learn how to live with something new. Um, so, and then I don't, you know, the, if I'm not sure if it'll get, if the farther, if like my eyes healing, if that might change too in the future. But it's just kind of discouraging to not feel great about how you look, I guess. Um, then, oh, there is another that I found somebody on YouTube that I was listening to her story because she's got a ton of the same medical issues I do, and I like listening to how she deals with things, and I got some good ideas and tips, and a lot of it is just encouragement. I think that I don't know that, or like I guess that I'm not alone. That there's other people. I'm not being a wimp. Just when I have to take care of myself. Um, but anyway, she has a condition that I thought that I might have too. Um, it's well, I only know, can't remember what it's called, but the acronym is POTS, and it has something to do with your blood pressure and um, it spiking either up or down. And when I heard people, when I looked into it more, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this would explain a lot. And um, there isn't really a, a big treatment kind of, or it's not a huge revelation, or it's not going to change my life really dramatically or anything. Um, but I mean, it could help with some things. And then just like my blood pressure has been higher recently, and people, our different doctors and nurses have thought that it was probably because I'm in extra pain and stuff. And but if something, I've always had a really high pulse, and um, that always seemed weird to me. And like whenever they do my blood pressure, I have to warn them that my pulse is going to be high, because I don't know, I'm special like that. And I think just knowing that there's a reason for that would make me feel better, because I don't know, just having a fast heartbeat doesn't seem like a good thing, or like a normal thing. So in the new year, I'm going to, or after the chemo and everything, I'm going to be seeing a cardiologist, because I think 3 of my doctors, including my primary care and my rheumatologist, thought that it was, when I brought up POTS, they were like, "Oh yeah," and so they thought it was probably like it's pretty likely I have it. So yeah, so there's that, and also I I've had a horrible experience trying to work with my pulmonologist in his office, and I can't remember when it was, where I was at when I was talking about him last, but I can't keep going to him, and I don't trust him anymore. And then his office, and like, I have no idea how they're in business, because it just seems so incompetent. But that's a whole other story, and I'm getting kind of upset remembering it. So when I was talking to my rheumatologist, and saying, do you have any recommendations for a pulmonologist who is not part of this clinic in the area? And there was only one other network that she had in mind, and she wasn't very familiar with them. And so she looked it up, and it turns out that they have like a whole, like it's a regular pulmonology chapter, or whatever you call it. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. But like there's like, this specialty, maybe that's a better word, of pulmonology, and then within that they have a whole area with a focus on interstitial lung disease, which is what I have. And that was just really, and she didn't know about that, and she got all excited, and I got all excited. And so I'm feeling really hopeful about that. And I just from what I saw, I feel like it's a more professional place. And I was looking at reviews online, and the other place that I was going to, people were like, I think that they have like a quota of people that they have to sell CPAP machines to, or something, for sleep apnea. Because it, like, okay, I don't know, that's a whole other rabbit trail, but it's just kind of like, I was, honestly, after the experience I've had with them, I think they're controlled by big CPAP. Like, big pharma, big CPAP. I don't know if that's a thing. But, yeah, so that was something. So I guess, so in the new year, hopefully I'll be able to see a new pulmonologist who's actually a good one, and who will know what to do for all this inflammation, because the other guy obviously did not. Or at least if he did, he wouldn't tell me, which, okay, again, I'm not going to go down that trail. that whole thing was horrible. That guy. So, okay. Sorry, I'm just rambling and I'm kind of not wanting to post this. Because I'm just all over the place, but I feel so bad that I didn't update sooner and that it's been so long. And I know, like, there's like a zillion messages I want to return to people. But I just, I wish things were easier, and I wish that it was, that I could just do that, but, and so this last week before I was going to do the chemo, I had all these things that I was, planning on doing, and I did not get as much, hardly anything done. I guess the only thing I really did was spend time with my family for Thanksgiving and everything, which is a good thing, definitely, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that. But I just wish I could have been able to do more. Yeah, so I don't, tomorrow I have to do some prep stuff for the chemo on Tuesday. So I'm probably not going to be able to do much tomorrow. So today's kind of like my last day. And I just want to sleep. Yeah, so I'm trying to think, like I don't want to leave it there. And I'm not sure what the next few months are going to be like exactly. Have a feeling that they might put me on steroids again because of the inflammation. But at the same time, with this next round of chemo, it'll be the second one that's on schedule. And the last time, once I got past 2 of them that were close together, like 4 months, like this one is, I was able to notice that there was a difference for the better after the second one. So this will be the new second one. So things might be doing better. I think I might want to wait until a couple months after this round of chemo and looking at where my blood levels are before doing steroids again. Just because it's not as bad as chemo, exactly. It's different. I don't know. It's still not good, and yeah, it's still definitely not my first choice. Not like, yay, I get to go on steroids now. But if it will help with I mean, nobody does chemo for fun, so I'm doing this because there's a benefit at the end. So with the steroids, I think that it's kind of similar, where I'd want to have more confidence that something would happen. But yeah. So, and then with steroids, that is another. So being on steroids and chemo, my immune system is really, really sensitive and almost non-existent. And like I had to, like my nephew wasn't even sick, and I had to be quarantined from him for like a month. And it was so hard because he'd want to play, and then I obviously wanted to play with him, but I just had to like barricade myself in my room, and that was like, even even if I'm just lying on the couch with him playing, it's kind of um, it's doing something, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. And then I've been catching everything. So I don't know how many colds I've had, and um, yeah. So and then I've got something now, some kind of bug. So that's fun. um, I can't. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just kind of like, oh, yay, I got something else again, or that's discouraging. Um, yeah, so 2019 has been a really weird year, and just not a great year as far as health and all that kind of stuff. Um, can't believe how much, like in my little recovery world, it feels like I paused my life. And I get so surprised, like, oh, several months have gone by and other people haven't paused their life. And the world keeps going on. And so, I'm sorry that I haven't been there for you guys. And I know it's not my fault, but I really wish that I could be there and be a better friend. Um, and I really miss you guys. Um, I mean, it just like, when it was my eyes that got hurt, it was like, well, like of all the things that could have gotten hurt, it had to be my eyes. And it's been, I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. So, sorry this is rambling all over the place, but I wanted to get something out, and hopefully it makes some kind of sense. I'm worried about making promises about comments. I do read them. I do read them. I just, um, I get like really OCD about replying to them and having to have the perfect reply, and um, having special reply, and I don't know. But yeah, I definitely do read them. But there were some when I was looking that I hadn't seen before, and I wasn't getting notifications about. So I don't know what's going on with that. But that's I have to figure that out. I have been like logging out and listening to stuff on YouTube. Um, I a couple times I was like half awake, and I like for some reason I thought that I really really needed to comment on something. And the only reason I know I did that was because I was getting notifications that people replied to it, and then I went back and I read it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound crazy. So I think, yeah, so I was logging out so that I wouldn't do that. So yeah, so that was something. Um, so I don't know if that's why I didn't get notifications, but yeah, I still love you guys, and I'm still trying to, like, even if it's just listening to a show, um, I'm still trying. I still feel like I'm with you guys, but um, just in my little in between special way. Um, yeah, sorry, this is way too long and probably full of lots of ums and sighs, and hopefully I was near the speaker this time and it doesn't sound crazy. Uh, so yeah, I hope 2019 is going much better for you guys. And I hope that when the new year, when you think about 2019 and all the things that happened, I hope that you have lots of happy memories and accomplishments and things to be very satisfied with and feel like 2019 was a good year for you guys. And I also hope that 2020 is an even better year and that things just keep going well for you guys. And yet, of course, and with that too, have a wonderful Christmas. And I hope that you're able to have some good time with your friends and family with that, and just people that you love and being able to share with them that time. And then one thing that is bothering me is that I see in the top left-hand corner this thing that says drag image to collect, and I guess I'm on it's a website called curator.com where I was trying to find this painting from, and I am not that familiar with that website, but anyway, it was surprisingly hard to find this painting, but yes, I am half sick of shadows, said the Lady of Shalott. Felt very appropriate, and yes, I am using the Lady of Shalott again. So 2019, so maybe the year of the Lady of Shalott. I love the poem, and there's so many beautiful paintings to go with it. But anyway, oh, and then I keep thinking about this one too, because she can't embroider anymore, or she's like, I am missing my embroidery a lot. I haven't been able to do that this year, so just kind of like looking longingly at the frame. So, okay, oh sorry, I didn't want to get this depressing, but that's why I picked this picture. So yeah, again, I hope everything's going well with you guys and that you've been having a better 2019 than me. I really love you guys, and thanks to everybody who stuck around and put up with me. And again, I am so sorry that I didn't update. And like, if something does happen that's like more serious than all of this, I will definitely try to be better about updating with that kind of thing. So don't worry. And if you don't hear from me, it's probably because I'm like, I don't want more people to think, oh, she is, or I don't want to be like, oh, I'm still feeling sick and crappy. So, it would be pretty monotonous to get a video like that all the time, I think. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm just rambling. I better stop. But love you guys and have a wonderful rest of the year. And hopefully I'll be able to see you more in 2020.